Hey girl, it's Abby and I'm back with another nail video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this beautiful Winnie the Pooh Valentine's Day set. Y'all, this was so stinking cute. Like, I didn't even think it was going to come out like this. But basically what I'm doing first is I'm applying my acrylic. I wanted to do the entire nail like a clearish jelly pink, so I went ahead and I mixed polish into my monomer, and that's why you guys see the pink monomer. But then I realized that it didn't really look jelly, it kind of looked a little bit opaque, so I ended up doing a pink into clear ombre, and I also added some hearts for Valentine's Day. So the pink monomer is just clear acrylic powder and pink monomer, which gives me that like milky pink type of look. When my nails were done, the pink ended up looking like a jelly pink, but it wasn't the exact jelly pink that I wanted it. But yeah, so if you want to do this, just mix some pink into your monomer. Go ahead and do clear tips and then just ombre that into like the jelly pink. And now I'm going in with some hearts, and then I'm going to encapsulate them. And one thing I can say, I think you're going to see this on the next nail, but my encapsulation method was not given this time. Like, she was not given at all, because when I turned that nail to the side, baby, she was thick. She was real thick. But that's besides the point. For my ombre encapsulation nails, I feel like I do them the same way I'll do regular ombre. I'm just taking a medium bead of clear and I'm putting that on the tip of the nail, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take a small bead of pink. Yo, why is my voice so raspy? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, first bead clear. I'm trying to blend that bead in, as you can see, but it wasn't really working because it was kind of dry. And then I take a small bead of pink. This is going to be my ombre bead. I'm going to brush that into the clear to ombre it, because we want this to be as ombre could possibly be. So this is my ombre bead, and then I'm going to put my pink hearts, because I don't want to do my cuticle bead yet. I want my cuticle bead to kind of ombre the hearts too, if that even makes any type of sense. So now I'm doing my pink hearts. After I put my hearts on there, I'm going to take another small bead of the pink, well, the clear pink monomer, whatever, acrylic, and I'm gonna place that at the cuticle. And when I do my cuticle beads, I always use a little runnier bead, not a runny bead, but a little runnier than usual, because I place it below the cuticle and then I push it up towards the cuticle to kind of seal the cuticle and give it that like natural flowy look, if that makes any type of sense. If you guys want an in-depth tutorial, just let me know. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, my cuticle bead. As you can see right here, this is when I realized, oh baby, like, she is too thick. But anyway, I went in with my clear, because when you're doing ombre and encapsulation, of course, obviously, you want to seal everything in clear so that when you go into file, you're not touching anything, you're not messing anything up. It looks perfect. It looks like that little fishbowl effect that, you know, the girls like. And yeah, that's basically how I do my ombre. And then I just go in with smaller beads and I just fix anything that I need. There is a very detailed, in-depth tutorial of how I get the perfect seamless ombre and my techniques and what I do available on my ebook. I've recently just launched my beginner ebook. You can find it in the link in my TikTok bio or in my Instagram bio. Both of them are just Abby Nailed It. My Instagram bio has dots separating abby.nail.it, and my TikTok is just straight up Abby Nailed It. My ebook covers a lot of stuff, y'all. If you go on my Instagram, you can find the table of contents there, and you can find a video previewing what some parts of the ebook looks like. I put my foot into this, y'all. I really gave away all my secrets, all my tips, all my hacks, everything that I use when I'm doing my nails, because I feel like when I was a beginner, everybody tend to like gatekeep, I guess, like because they don't want competition. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but y'all, I spill all the tea in that book. So if you want to purchase that book, head over to my Instagram or my TikTok, and you can find it in the link in the bio. I did end up filing these off camera because I don't know, me personally, when I'm watching nail videos, I don't really care for the filing part unless it's on someone else's hand. Like when people are filing their own hands, I don't really care. But if you guys want me to include my filing clips, just let me know in the comments. But now I'm going into my nail art. As you can see, we're doing Winnie the Pooh. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the entire head and the hands. So basically to do this, I'm just mimicking the parts of the head. So like for example, I'll draw the face, I'll draw the ears, I'll draw the hands. But I'm just drawing everything in yellow because yellow is going to be my base. And I feel like compartmentalizing the shapes and I don't know what is up with my throat today. But I feel like when you compartmentalize and you just focus on the basic shapes and then go into the details, it definitely helps you with your nail art, y'all. Nail art looks so scary, but it's not that scary. Like if you're calm and you just take it step by step, I promise it's not that hard. So if you're following along with me, you can do the same steps that I'm doing, or you can just pause it once I'm done the entire shape of the head and hands, and you can just mimic that exact shape, and then you can follow along with me when I'm doing the details. Now that I've done the head and the hands, I'm going to go in and fill out my details. When I'm doing my details, I don't want to draw a perfect straight line because I noticed in the picture the lines were kind of like, I don't know what the word is, y'all. I'm sorry, but the lines were perfect, basically. So I tried to mimic that. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do my ears. I'm going to do my nose, my mouth, everything. And honestly, I feel like the best tip I can give when it comes to minor details is having a longer brush. I'm using a 12mm brush. It isn't that long. When I'm doing French, I use a 20mm brush. And when I'm trying to do like really fine nail art, I feel like I stick with my 12 because even at 8 just glides too fast for me. Like if you notice with your brushes, the lower you go, the faster it glides and the easier it is to lose control. So when I'm doing fine nail art, I still stick with my 12. Sometimes I'll go to an 8 depending on what it is, but usually I'll just stick to my 12. And I make sure that I have enough polish on my brush, but not too much. Like you don't want your brush to be clumpy. Like the amount of polish you use on a French tip, like when you have polish on your brush for a French tip, you do not want that amount of polish on your brush for nail art. Like you want little to none. One thing I notice with majority of the nail brushes I use is that they tend to be like really pointy. So when you're trying to get like a little bit of polish onto your brush, there's always like a ball at the tip of your brush because there's like 2 bristles or like 3 bristles that are like way longer than the other ones. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I cut them off. I cut them off because I feel like that ruins my nail art because that little ball is not gonna give you the thin lines that you want when it comes to nail art. So I just cut them off. Now I'm going in to mimic the shape of Winnie the Pooh's shirt, but I'm doing pink because you know I'm a pink girly. So I did pink and I'm basically just doing the outline or the basic shape of his shirt. And I'm going to do the basic shape of the heart balloon because it's going to be the same color. Then after I cure them, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the details. To do these really thin lines that I'm doing on the shirt, I'm using minimal pressure. Like, I'm literally just gliding my brush with a little bit of polish. There's sometimes where I try to glide my brush and nothing even comes off. That's how light I'm going, because the lighter you go, the thinner the line. Now we zoom on our little Frenchy French. If you want an in-depth tutorial of how I do my French, how I get it so clean, how I get my deep French, and how I get it all done in one coat, I do have a tutorial on my ebook for beginners, for intermediate nail techs, for both, and I think it's definitely the hack of all hacks when it comes to French tips, y'all. And I have the colors that I use when it comes to my French tips, the whites that I prefer that are really opaque, all of the brands that I use too. I find that when it comes to doing French, it's either bulkier than the nail looked without the French, or the French has like streaks in it from your nail art brush. But baby, we not putting up with that. If you want to learn how to get a French without that, buy my ebook. For my pointer finger, I did like a bee trail, and I drew a bee as well, and I put like a little heart in the flying trail. But my hand was out of the frame, so I don't have footage of that, but it was really simple. You can do it yourself. You don't really need to see me doing that. For my thumb and my ring finger, I just did a marble smoke nail. I do have an in-depth tutorial. Why did I say deaf? I do have an in-depth tutorial on how I did this design on my ebook as well. My tips and my tricks on how I do everything, y'all. These nails turned out so freaking cute. Like, I am actually obsessed with this set. It's so cute. I hope that this video helped. When it comes to nail art, I know nail art can be very challenging and scary to try, but I promise you it's not that hard. I hope this video really helped. I hope you could follow my steps and achieve the Winnie the Pooh that you want, or maybe if you was just watching to watch. Listen, I be watching to watch too. I love my nail girlies. I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!